In previous lectures, we have learned how to connect to MongoDB using Node.js and also learned how to make post requests. In this lecture, we will combine them and see how to insert the records in the database. Let's begin. Here in the post request which we had created in our previous session, and in this post method, we have also captured the request body. Now what we have to do is insert the captured request into the database. So the first thing we do is connect to the database. Now instead of writing the connection code here, I will fine tune and use the connection file that is already created. Here in the connection file, this piece of code which we had written previously to connect with the database, I am converting it into a function. This way we are making this code modular so that we can use it wherever we want. I'll say const db underscore connect equals arrow function, and in this I'm giving two callback functions on success comma on error, and in this I will say return client.connect.arrow function db client, and in function let me put if on success call the callback function with the res, that is on success db client, and also I will write return db client, so that if no callback is passed in the function, this will return the promised result. Same way I will do for the catch block also. Dot catch error arrow function, if on error then call on error callback function, and here also I will say return error. This way I can use this function in both ways, that is using callbacks or even promises. Now I can use this function as db connect and callback function, or db connect dot then dot catch. Alright, now finally I will export this as a module dot exports equals db underscore connect. Before I move forward, here in the connection string, let me also add the database name. I will give the database name as CRUD example. In MongoDB, we don't have to worry if the database is existing or not, because when we try to insert any document in MongoDB, it will automatically create the database with the name given in the connection string. Okay, let me also open the MongoDB compass. Right now we don't have any database named CRUD example, but that is going to be created automatically very soon. We are done with the connection part, and now let's move to inserting records. In index.js, we had created a post API. In this post API, we will write the code to insert the document in MongoDB. So first we are going to import the connection method. I will say const MongoDB equals require path of the connection file, that is ./connection. MongoDB object now has all the functions or variables that were exported from the connection file. Perfect. Now I will say MongoDB dot db connect dot then arrow function. Let me give the response variable as underscore db. This underscore db object will have all the configuration and many more properties of MongoDB, which anyhow we are not using as it is not needed. What we need is just the db method from this bunch of object properties. So we have now underscore db dot collection, and in the parentheses I will pass name of the collection example. I'll say test.insert1. Insert1 is a command in MongoDB to insert a single record. So now in the parentheses we will pass the request body as it is for now. Whatever request is sent will be inserted, and finally we have to pass callback functions. So in this we have error and response callback. I will say here error comma response data arrow function. If error response.send send the error object, or response.send send the data, that is res data. So whatever is the response from this execution, we are sending that back as a result. Let's save this and execute the API from Postman. We already have the link here from the previous session, and also the JSON object is ready. Click on send, and here is the response with the object ID that was inserted on this execution. Let us also check in the database. Here I'll click on refresh, and there we are. So now we have the database created along with the table. Click on this table, and here is the record that we just inserted. Let me change some value and insert one more record. Let's refresh the DB, and here we have one more record. So this is how we use post requests to insert the data in the database. The next lecture is an assignment where we will insert multiple records instead of a single record. So see you there.